Probably delete that. Ha! Oh no, I totally didn't sign up. You pay money to hear me yap? I just assumed you pay money to hear your songs. Wait, that's going to be a really funny video if the very first thing that YouTube hears is fuck, 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 shit, fuck. Oh, fuck. All right, hold on, let me fix that. What? What has happened? It did that stupid fucking thing where... Hi, YouTube, are you back? Ugh, this is so scuffed. Okay, you're back. You came right as the first one ended? Yeah. That's what they said. Alright, let me... Now I gotta grab a stupid fucking thumbnail. Hold on, chat. I'm so sorry. This is so annoying. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Hold on 2 seconds. 2 shakes of a whistle. Oh, here it is. I should bait the Undertale community. Why do I have a unibrow in this fucking picture? Doesn't matter. We have a version of this that is like, wait, which one is live? Which one is live? Oh, this one. Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Ironically, we started half hour after the normal time, which is 11 a.m. All right, and then let me delete this. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so this one's good. This one we delete. Delete forever. Okay. Anyway, so we just listened to Bromelade. And Bromelia, excuse me. And Bromelade sounds like some sort of a creamy dish. And I was very moved. And I thought it was just so elegant. And so you caught the stream early? Boy, do I have news for you. Hey, guys. Welcome in. I guess starting the stream again is good because it brings more people into the stream that were not here before. Just so excellent. What an excellent piece of music, and what an incredibly gentle piece of music. Really loved it. New strat unlocked. That's right. Next up is Hollow Knight Silksong. Lord Verdania. I mean, just listen to this masterpiece. Choral Chambers was my favorite song on the OST until I got to this area. The opposite of a Thanos snap. Hello, Nekojita. Let's do Lord Verdania. Okay, here we go. We can say that Marco is a master baiter. Now, I wouldn't call myself a master baiter only because I try really hard to you know, not like edge people on or push people to certain, like, my goal with, I don't want to bait too hard because I feel like then it's like it's hard to trust like the process. Like, you know, you want authenticity, and if you bait too hard, you know, first of all, you can't really stop because once you start like the baiting process, it becomes really addictive, and it like actually can, like, I think it actually changes you if you bait like with too much fervor. So then, because what ends up happening is that then, like, if you bait and then don't like tell the audience you're doing it, then they won't trust you because then they don't know when it's coming, when it's not coming. So what's better to do, instead of being a master baiter, what's actually preferable is to just be, you know, honest and let people know where you're at. And I think like that kind of communication is way better. You know, so I mean, I think a little bit of baiting is reasonable, but you know, if you bait too hard, you know, the community may turn you may go blind, and they may go blind to you and turn their backs against you, and then the baiting wasn't even worth it. So don't be a masturbator. I don't think that that's a really genuine way to approach content creation, you know. Now, a little bit of baiting is good. I mean, everyone loves a good bait. You know, it feels good, right? But there's a fine line between like baiting excessively, where it becomes kind of annoying, and then it like ruins your workflow. It ruins the way that you're able to, you know, interact with people, because then all you're thinking about is baiting, and I don't think that that's really practical. But on the flip side, like it just has to be a balance, you know. I think baiting is healthy and baiting is normal, and people should be okay with baiting. But I do think that we need to make sure that we, you know, don't lean into it too far. You know what I mean? So that's my perspective on baiting. I don't want to be a masturbator. I want to be like, you know, a good guy. People are like, oh, a little bit of baiting is okay. All right. Anyway, where were we? Lord Verdana. What euphemism? I think baiting too often can distort your perception of reality. If you get too caught up in the baiting, you kind of forget how to navigate life when you're not baiting. 1000%. Baiting is see, because the thing is, baiting feels really good and baiting is really satisfying. But if you go too far into it, you kind of lose yourself and you become disingenuous. So I think a healthy amount of bait is really important. Psychologically, physically, but you want to make sure that you're balancing that, you know, with not baiting. Now, I don't think we shouldn't bait. You know, the idea that people never bait is silly. I hate when people think I'm joking when I'm serious. I like goofing off, but me too. What baiting are we talking about? What? Oh, you're fucking sick. You are sick. You fucking perverts. Unbelievable. Are you talking about... Disgusting. Not this music to play right after. Can't believe you, chat. So this is Sublime. So I think it's interesting because there's a lot of lightness in this. And it's interesting because there's a shit ton of depth as well. And when I say that, it kind of sounds like a generic statement, but go back and fucking listen to it. But actually, like, if we go back and listen to it, you see how this is light? This is airy. You know, a glockenspiel, a xylophone, whatever the upper register thing is. And you see how right there, that's when it gets heavy. When we have the lower string kind of come in, and we pull into the, you know, we have a natural crescendo and then a natural decrescendo. That's where we have that feeling of tension, right? And that's where we have that depth. So it starts actually really light because of the instrumentation. And then as we progress, it gets denser, even though vocally it is still incredibly light. So there you go. And notice that there's a harmony in the strings there. Da-da. You hear how the strings have their own movement. It's the same movement as the soprano, but in the opposite direction. So they go like this. And the reiteration of that, it's interesting. This is a quick pause. It's interesting how in here, what we actually end up getting is a repeated idea melodically. But what's kind of funny is that melodically, it's 3 notes. The accompaniment is actually more complex than the melody. I gotta play you a really interesting video. Here it is. I watched this the other day and it was really heartening, and it really, I think actually, re-legitimized a lot of the things that I say. But listen to this. Watch this video. This is Leonard Bernstein talking to some dude. I don't know who this person is. Talking about the introduction of Beethoven's Symphony No. 7. And listen to what he talks about with the melody.
This is one of the most unremarkable melodies ever written. One of the most famous, but you couldn't call it a melody, could you? 7th Symphony. So far, what have you got? 1 note.
Yeah.
Now. Some melody. Now it becomes a little more melodic. You like that melody? You do?
I don't know why he's talking dirty there, but
is it a melody? No. There is no aspect of Beethoven in which you can say Beethoven is great as a melodist, a harmonist, a contrapuntist, a tone painter, his orchestration. You can find fault with all of them. If you take any one of these elements separately, you find nobody. There's nothing there. He spent his whole life trying to write a good fugue, and he himself admitted he never succeeded. And as far as his orchestration is concerned, you could have it. I mean, it's bad. It has trumpets sticking out, all playing the same note, and it's sort of drowning out everybody else. You can't really hear. You have to balance. The melodies go like that, and you can't really say it's a great melodist. And the harmonies, any child could write. And as for harmonies,
I don't know
how
about
many
that, but
times you have to listen to pages of one chord over it.
A little bit, you
can harmonically, right?
Well, what makes it interesting?
Well, it's the form. Well, form is a mold that can be made to be very uninteresting factor. But in Beethoven's case, the form is all, because it is a case of what note succeeds every other note. And in Beethoven's case, it is always the right next note, as though he had some private telephone wire to heaven, which told him what the next note had to be. No composer ever had that, even Mozart, to that degree, where everything is so unpredictable and yet so right. It all checks. It all works out. You can rely on it. You know the next note has to be the next note and the only next note that could come. And that makes his form perfect. How he had this, nobody knows, because he struggled. He scratched out. He never left his rooms. He went crazy, and he kept saying, well, I'm writing only the tip of the iceberg of what I really feel, what I could really write. His room was a mess. His food was uneaten. For 3 days, it was stale. The chamber pot was unemptied under his piano. He moved all the time. He couldn't find a place that was right. He kept trying. If you look at those sketches,
it's Maximilian Schell.
The crossings out, you see the agonies that this man went through. And what has finally appeared as the finished product looks as though it was simply phoned in from God. That's what's so incredible. But he wrecked himself in his whole life trying to do this, trying to achieve this very inevitability. That's the word for it.
So anyway, so all this to say, like, I find this a really interesting, not to say that anything I've said is even remotely close to, like, the genius of Bernstein here, so forgive me for the comparison, but my point is simply, like, you know, simplicity is there currently. Like, I don't think that the melody line as it is right now is anything truly special, but that's not to say that it's not interesting. it's just incredibly simple. When you look at some of the Kingdom Hearts 2 stuff as well, Shimomura-san was writing very short little pockets of melody that exist for 30 seconds, have a thing, they repeat endlessly. I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think that that enhances the listenability and the attachment to these pieces because of the melodic writing. Now, those melodies are very catchy, they're earworms, and so there's a whole like technique around writing the same thing and modifying it slightly and then circling back to it in the modern technology that we have with video game music that allows that flexibility. But I mean, it's a very interesting thing that, like, you know, what he says is fairly accurate as far as Beethoven's Seventh is concerned, but I feel that it translates. I was talking with a colleague yesterday, and we were basically saying that, like, video game music is not actually better or worse than classical music. You know, Christopher Larkin is not necessarily better or worse than Mozart. The only thing that is different is time. Time in the sense that everything has derived from the seed, the Baroque time period, the classical time period. It all stems from the root. And then as we evolve, you know, you get the classical time period, you get the romantic time period, you get the impressionist time period, you get the expressionist time period, you get the second Viennese school, you get, you know, all these different arcs, and then it starts to split because of technology. You get movie music, you get classical, you get symphonic, you get video game music, you get anime music, you get all these different, you know, sort of branches, but the root is fundamentally the same. And so anybody that wants to suggest this sort of inauthentic concept of elitism towards film music, anime music, video game music, whether it be Western, Japanese, whatever the fuck, at the end of the day, it's all derived from the single source. And that's why the segregation of it is foolhardy and stupid, because there's no reason for it. It doesn't exist. It's made up. You know, it's made up. I don't believe that there is that much of a divide between video game music and classical music. It's just classical music, the umbrella term. It's just that the technology approach is what changed it. See, the cello took over here, which is really beautiful. The cello took over, and then the chorus ends up in the background, very, very seamlessly, might I add, very quickly. And then look, now we're passing the ball to the flute. Now there's the piano, that's the predominant accompaniment part, with some low bass. I've heard about the final boss for Octopath Traveler 0, yeah. I mean, it's such a subtle, powerful, simple, elegant piece that, feels like decay and loss. And, yeah, really, 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 really elegant and lovely and simple and delicate and beautiful. All right. Return, rather drastic, from Alien Isolation. This is one of my favorite pieces from Alien Isolation, an action piece that fits perfectly into the tension and terror of the Alien universe. I haven't got much else to say on it. It's just perfection. All right, let's do it. That's interesting. I find it interesting that the whole thing is actually pretty subdued and pretty actually pulled back. There's a little bit of that brass there that kind of, pushes past that boundary, but overall, it's actually pretty like very measured and very yeah. But then the brass comes out of nowhere and leans in hard. And notice that you always get that oh, listen to that. I think that sound ba-da-dee-bop, ba-da-dee-dop, I think that's tension. Well, obviously, but I also think it's like trying to walking up to a door and having to put in an input. Excuse me. Trying to put in an input and being unable to. Ba-da-dee-dun, da-da-dee-dun. Oh fuck, what is it? Ah shit. Oh god, I gotta go. Because the thing is right there, you know what I mean? Hi Camelo, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome into your first live stream. And then notice that it scales up and it picks up in volume and size. Wow. That's really interesting. I mean, it's a very subtle piece in the sense that like it has tension laden throughout it, but it's not so in your face that it feels like it it doesn't feel bombastic. It really feels like you're looking over your shoulder and running towards an objective, trying to take care of the objective, looking back, being like, oh shit, I can't go there. I need to turn around and I need to go in this direction. Okay, oh God. And so there's this constant feeling of this tugging. It's interesting. Is this the kind of music that I ever want to listen to outside of this format that we're in or in the game itself? No, not at all. Zero, absolute zero. It's not pleasant. It's not enjoyable. It's tension, and I don't care to listen to it. But is it evocative and effective and makes you feel scared? Yes. I really think so. And it's very cool. You know what I mean? Because there is that sense of dread and that sense of like almost like you're, choking, which is amazing. Did I see Shift Up posted 2 new OSTs from Stellar Blood? Yes, I did. I haven't been able to listen to them yet. But I also think that horror music itself is like it's a very specific kind of interesting genre, and it's interesting too because it requires its own sort of like techniques to create and do. Well, welcome back, Perel. Thank you. Why are the strings commonly used like this? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why strings are like creepy strings are such a common trope, but I mean, I guess because it's effective. And so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know if it stems all the way back from Rite of Spring. It could. It certainly could. But again, everything impacts everything, All right, Return to a Dream, Destiny 2. I saw another Destiny submission by Zeleneth as I was preparing to submit one of my alien suggestions, and it made me pause. Destiny's a game that's touched me quite deeply, and the final update of the game has had me in quite a bittersweet mood lately. I'd like to share the love of Destiny, and seeing as though Zeleneth submitted a song from the beginning of the game, I'd like to share one from the end. My personal favorite to come out of the final Shape campaign, Per Audacia ad Astra Guardians. So sad. I haven't heard that, no. What's up, Raz Gris? Cum historia. What type of music do I listen to mostly outside of the game on your own? What do you not listen to despite loving it? I really love listening. I really love listening to covers actually. When I'm not in like video game music listening mode, I listen to covers, lo-fi covers, synthwave covers. My most played album of the last like 5 years has been like Anthems of Liberation by the Tiberian Sons, which is Ace Combat covers. I just love them. I think in some ways they're better than the originals. In general, if I am listening to video game music, I'm usually not listening to it to get pumped up. Usually at the gym, I'll be listening to Stand Proud from JoJo Stardust Crusaders, or I'll be listening to Bloody Stream. Those 2 tracks on repeat really help me. I also listen to Sin from Genesis from Evangelion 2.0 because it's a bit of a more up-tempo electric guitar version of one of my favorite tracks. Lately it's been pretty anime heavy, and literally it's been those 3 tracks over and over and over and over and over. No joke. Never done that before. Video game music is a very important part of my life, but it's also my job. So there's a degree of balance that I started to strike. Sometimes lately, if I'm in the car, I'll listen to Sonic Unleashed. If I'm really in a mood. The other day I listened to Bury the Light for the first time. It was cool. I really enjoyed that. But in general, I found myself gravitating towards the anime amp tracks much more than video game amp tracks, which is funny because I've listened to a lot of video. If I do listen to video game music, it'll be like Ifan's theme from Divinity Original Sin 2. At the gym specifically, This Is What You Are. Uncharted main theme. Yeah, but honestly, like I've sort of shifted away, or like Final Fantasy 14, like best ofs. Usually like bangers, and then I mute the ones I don't like. Which some of them I don't like, but in general, that's pretty much what I'm listening to. But at the gym, it's pretty boring. It's pretty much exclusively Stand Proud from the opening of season part 3 of JoJo and Bloody Stream season or part 2, almost exclusively. Like I'm talking like for like 45 minutes. I just alternate between the 2. And yes, it's true. Anime is newer to me. So, Girls und Panzer. No, I haven't. I don't know any of that stuff. All right. Return to a Dream. One of the final songs from Destiny. Oof. Sad. Yeah, I didn't talk to her in that one because I don't know, man. It's so simple and it's so elegant, and I love how each of, I mean, really, ultimately, again, it's that main motivic idea. Da, dee, da, ya, da, da, ya, da, do, 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 do. And it has that wonderful string momentum that we get in Destiny music, or did get in Destiny music, and it has that sense of momentum and the beautiful chorus that comes in, and the sort of embellishment of a key idea, that a key motivic idea that then gets like filled out and enriched and grows. And it's very sad to me. It's very sad to me. Now, the final shape was my final anything with Destiny. And I am satisfied with how things went with the story. I had been an on and off again, lapsed and relapsed and back in player of Destiny, over 600 hours, which was quite a lot for me. Between the two of them, I think it was like probably 1,000 hours. How much time wasted. And it's like, it's very bittersweet, because on the one hand, I'm like, well, fuck them for just totally being stupid. And on the other hand, it's very sad, right? Like, it sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry. So 506 hours. 506 hours in Destiny 2. And then, let's see. Does it show Destiny 1 anymore? I don't think it does. Yeah. I'm sorry. So 500 hours, and then I think it was like another 300 in Destiny 1. And so, like, a track like this, like, really feels like the end of the line, It really feels like we're saying farewell in this track. We really say farewell. And I feel that now more than ever. I mean, like, people will say, well, why don't you cover Destiny music anymore? And frankly, because, like, a company letting go of such a key component. I mean, most game companies hire composers out. I mean, it's a rare feat to have an in-house composition team generally. But the idea that, like, you would let go of, like, such a fundamental, now I guess anybody could say that any department is a fundamental part of a game. But to me, it's like Michael Salvatore's been there since Halo, and these folks, Sky Lewin and Michael Secrist, and yes, they hired out for things, of course, like Revan was, Brandon. But, like, it's just sad to me that they didn't value how much music was a fundamental part of Destiny's experience on top of everything else. So I don't really like talking about Destiny's music anymore, because I don't agree with what's happened there. And I didn't agree with what's happened there. And it's very sad that everything happened the way it happened, That's just horrible. So it'll be nice to circle back to Journey, which I think is fundamentally, that and Deep Stone are fundamentally some of the best tracks. There were so many good tracks in Destiny's soundtrack. It's just really tough, I think, to say goodbye to that. But yeah, it is what it is. So many good themes. Well, as far as I know, they have a pretty good relationship with Sony, actually. So it wasn't, Sony's actually been a pretty good partner to Bungie, based on my understanding. So, I mean, I think Sony has plenty of other things to... did you see the Jason Schreier? We shouldn't get into this, but did you see the Jason Schreier article that I saw? I saw it on Reddit. Basically, Sony is fully prepared to take the loss of everything that's happening with the no disc situation, no physical, and they fully expect people to turn around and, even though they're talking a big game right now, to turn around and commit to this digital world. And I really, I actually don't think that's true for the first time. I'm pretty reasonable and like pretty low key when it comes to like changes like that, but this one really pissed me off. It genuinely pissed me off. Like, and I try not to do performative shit like unsubscribe to things, but I've been a PlayStation Plus subscriber for years. And the first console I ever got, well, aside from the Super Nintendo, was a PlayStation. I've been a diehard PlayStation kid since 1998, excuse me. And I unsubbed to PlayStation Plus, and I've been thinking it's been expensive for years now. And I don't know, I talked about this yesterday on the community stream, but it's the wrong call. And okay, so they're gonna sell the boxes, but they're not gonna include discs, and it's just gonna be a code. And I personally think that that's trash. And I really, I so rarely like hop on shit, but like this genuinely is so fucking sad and stupid. And you should give, fine. 80% of people are digital. Fine. But you always should give people options. And I think it's trash to just because you're trying to cut corners, because you're going to be able to take 100% of the profit instead of giving people 30% or whatever, like from a financial standpoint, like just kindly fuck you, and I say that as a person that really has loved PlayStation for all of my life. I don't think it's right. I just don't think it's right. I do not think it's right to make it so you can't buy a physical copy of a game. It is your choice as a consumer. And I really hope that consumers, not just on Twitter, but in general, start to really say that's fucked, and they don't support that, because that as time's going to go on, people are going to be like, well, there was actually a time in the beginning of the year where I was planning on selling my PS5 Pro. I'm going to keep it, just because I still have a lot of stuff there, but I doubt highly I'll buy a PS6. I'll tell you that much, especially with like PC as it is. Well, right. Oh, that's interesting. Kebab. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I haven't bought a physical game in months, if not years. But I think it's totally shit to do that. Rhythm Heaven's just sold 300,000 plus physical copies in Japan. Wow. And now people can be like, well, your entire Steam library is digital. Yeah, true. That's true. But yeah, I'm not really into the whole concept of exclusivity. I don't think it's necessary. I agree, it shouldn't exist, but plenty of people, that's a whole bunch of people will disagree. I thought I saw a Reddit comment yesterday that was so funny, and it was like Sega could do the funniest thing right now. And honestly, if they drop like the Dreamcast 2 with physical discs, I might very well go and buy it. Sega could do the funniest thing. It's so true. Anyway. All right. we're slow going today, but we'll keep crashing through. All right. This is Stronghold, Castle Gem. This song plays during the peaceful castle building times of the first Stronghold game. Very chill and cheerful. Yeah, I know that console. I'm not crazy about the Steam Cube. What the fuck is it called? The Steam machine. You know, yeah, I agree. Everyone should be held to this high standard. I mean, the Steam machine is like, I don't know. You might as well just buy a laptop personally, but I don't know. All right, Castle Jam. Lots of just pretty chill music today, guys. Thank you. Hey, Serial, we'll get on that. Thank you for the reminder. Mods, can you set a reminder to... We gotta take a look at the song reaction list. I know, we just were talking about it. I know. Hey, Lost Forever. You know what I love about this more than anything? This corner where we just stopped. This absolutely beautiful gap between the chords. Dum, 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 dum. Right, so those are the chords. And then in between you have this wonderful melismatic. Melismatic means like very, well, a melisma is like a, oh fuck. A melisma is like a very, very fast movement in between. Let me just clarify. Melismatic. It is the singing of a single syllable of text while moving between several different notes in succession. So, so I really like this. Is Olipop again. I really like how essentially, if you listen to it, like yeah, the chords move with basically every other note, but it sounds like as if and we're talking about building, right? So to me, those chords are like anchor points or pillars. And so we used to call it signposting, where there's certain bum, bum, ba da da bum, bum, ba 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 bum, 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 bum. So it feels like there's, especially in the idea, like the visual identity of like building something or like, building a castle. So I feel like the chords are the pillars. And in between it is like, the scaffolding and stuff. It's really fun. Is it a medieval version of a modern pop melody? I don't know. It kind of sounds modern. But I actually really like too how we kind of repeat ourselves here, but we repeat ourselves with extra instrumentation, which makes it less boring. So the first half is the way it is, and then the second half kind of just goes boop, and it just fills in, and then we reset now with the flutes. It's kind of fun. It moves around a lot in terms of size and stature, which I think actually helps it to feel richer or thicker than it actually is. Isn't this sick though? I want to make one more point about this. One more point. What I really, 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 really like about this is the fact that it is essentially like cool to talk about medieval music. Like, isn't that sick? Like we've never really, we circle all the way back, and this shit is as relevant to a video game audience than probably a classical audience. And that's, frankly, that's dope, because that means that there are people like you and me who are listening to this, where classical, like highbrow people would not even be touching this. And that's kind of amazing. Like, it's not because of elitism, but it's amazing because it means that things are a cycle, and we never lose our previous identity. We just evolve from it. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The idea of the seed being the focal point and everything else branching off from that, and then sometimes even coming back to it. Wellerman is a sea shanty, but I don't want to get copyright claimed. But it's a sea shanty? That's cool. Wow, 100,000, 99,000 players in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Ooh, we are getting those remakes of the originals. Oh, fuck, I'm so excited. There's no way that we don't. Oh, my God. Listen to that. Beautiful. My God, I gotta play this for somebody. What's sad? Oh, you want to see Ubisoft fail? That's sad. That makes me sad to read. I really don't. I really don't want Ubisoft to fail. I don't want any single company to fail. For what? For what? I mean, yeah, they may have horrible business practices. 1000%. FF9 brain rot. I could never say that I want a game company to fail. I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's like, it's not. They didn't hurt my wife. You know what I mean? I just want better management and not just to be about the bottom line and their shit ass launcher. Like, I don't think it's reasonable. Big companies need to fail. Oh, guys, we're not going to agree here. I can't agree. Big companies. So you buy every single indie game? Because if you say big companies need to fail, then that means you also need to play every other game that has 10 people in it then. There's serious problems with management at Ubisoft. 1000%. All I would want is for them to be like, oh, let's reset the scales. But like, there's so many hard workers at Ubisoft. I have not, Matthews. No, Mateusz. Excuse me. Mateus. Excuse me. Because, I mean, let's be clear. You know what was disgusting is people on Reddit celebrating the death of Eve's brother. It's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry to say it. I'm not sorry to say it. Excuse me. That's disgusting. Like, hate a company all you want, but don't be so fucking crazy that you would be okay with someone's death. It's fucking gross. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. You know? I definitely don't want people to lose jobs, especially not in this fucking climate. This climate fucking sucks. Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully resetting. If they can release good games and work on their business practices, then why do they need to fail? I agree. Yeah, bad products are bad products. I mean, like, absolutely. Again, you shouldn't tolerate shit games, especially from people, you know, who, because the average worker busts their ass. You know what I mean? Was he the Guillemot who covered the sexual harassment at the company? I have no idea. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to have such a visceral response to that, but I don't want. He was covering it up. Well, that sucks. But I mean, that's some murky water there, because that sucks, and that's not okay. But he also died in like a plane crash. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I think two things can exist. Yes, that's super fucked up. No, I'm not going to celebrate his death. That's crazy. You know, but at the same time, you know, I'm not going to say that that's okay. But this isn't also okay. It's like, you know, two wrongs. Sucks. AC Shadows was a damn shit show? I don't know. Really? I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was so bad. The brother of the CEO of Ubisoft. I didn't have a problem with AC Shadows. I bought it twice. Oh no, I bought it once because I got it for free. But the second time I bought it, I didn't think it was so bad that I thought it was fine. Oh boy, let's not. I'm putting a no. Pause. I'm excited about it. Let me be excited about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite IPs. I'm excited that it's doing well because this is my show. I'm excited it's going well because I want a remake of Assassin's Creed 2. Let me have my remake of Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and Revelations. And then whatever, they can shut down. I don't care. But don't, because workers. You know, I'm speaking hyperbolically. The cycle ends, Guild Wars 2. I want my Assassin's Creed 2 remake. God damn it. Ezio versus Altair, who wins? I'm partial to Ezio, man. I can't. Ezio. When Assassin's Creed 2, the original PlayStation's versions, I played that shit in Italian. It was magical. You know? Magical. Anyway, we all have our opinions. But my opinion is the most right because I am the stream owner. Speaking of your reaction stream timestamps, I think we might start using the sheet first, then we can hyperlink the video timestamps. Don't worry, I'm working on a website, or I'm having my wife help me with a website that will be like a finder. Stream Mogger. That's right. How could I forget? Yeah, I'm not saying that Ubisoft CEO is a good guy. I'm just saying I just want my games, you know? If I want to play Black Flag, I'll reinstall the original. Have you seen how beautiful the new one looks? They cooked. Anyway, I am optimistic, okay? The best bottle track theme that Guild Wars 2 has ever created and fitting for the title. This is The End of Dragons, the final fight, composed by the magnificent Lena Raine. This track uses a very unique soundscape in video games, that of traditional Korean... Oh, wait, yes. Traditional Korean instruments and vocals. I'm too much of a glass half full kind of guy. I can't. You know? I'm such a glass half full kind of guy, you know? Yes, Suryo, yes. Oh, yeah, yes. Of course. That was your idea. Yeah, no, we're going to get it done. Sorry we went off the rails there. French horn, man. Love it. Man, I'm so ashamed I haven't gotten to this yet because this is fucking incredible. This is so unheard of, and I love how the rawness of this. I mean, this is something that we see in other styles and other languages, certainly, of course, but this it has that primality, but also because of how bright it is, there's also this cut of that really incredible violence, vocal violence. It's amazing. Hello. Listen, I also adore, I don't even want to stop, but I love how as we progress, it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and it's sort of like it kind of explodes, but it's all controlled, you know, like there's this really excellent sort of, like kind of like a volcano erupting. But it has modern rhythm, which is cool. Hey, Jacques. Bonjour. What's up, V? Jesus. Wow. Really incredible. What an incredible track. Thank you so much for playing that. I need to pop back in and actually get to this End of Dragons expansion. I got distracted by doing map completion. I just love how visceral that is. That's definitely another track that is just divine. This is perfect. I mean, it's just incredible. That entire album actually is shocking, shockingly good. And I would say that, you know, Tarir Forgotten City is still one of my favorite Guild Wars tracks, and add that one to the list at this point. Who's Bonnie Tyler? Bonnie Tyler is a famous musician that passed away. She sang, right? Yeah, she passed away 2 days ago, yesterday. I can't remember. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Turn around. Anyway, yeah, it's a loss. Total Eclipse of the Heart, right? Oh, she did I Need a Hero too, huh? I need a hero, holding over a hero till the end of the night. Okay, Kirby Planet, Robobot, Dried Up Sea. While this song is very much a desert-sounding song, for some reason it feels a lot more unique than other desert themes. However, I can't seem to figure out how it's different. Just that it is. Or maybe it's the exact same as your standard desert biome song, and I've placeboed myself. Oh, that's funny. Respectfully, I think you might have placeboed yourself. Now, the only difference is that there's a sort of muted tone under it, and obviously there's a bit of this percussion is sick, but that sounds what's the desert mode? Isn't it like Phrygian? Phrygian dominant is the stereotypical desert scale. 1, B2, 3, 4, 5, B6. Flat 6. Sorry, 1, flat 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? Is that right? Yeah. Yada da da yada yada da 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 da. That's right. If you know Phrygian dominant, just raise the 7th, right? So it'd be. Yeah. So it sounds like it actually. Anyway, it's pretty though. It doesn't mean it's not pretty. That's spicy though. That's actually really fun. I love the percussion in the back, especially. Oh yeah, that video, desert level music versus actual Middle Eastern music. Yeah. Oh wow, it does play a little bit there, and it kind of pivots outside of the chord space. Have I thought about losing some weight? I've already lost 20 pounds, bitch. 15 pounds, actually. Fuck you. Fucker. Any theme is valid. I have lost 15 pounds, though. So, I have thought about losing weight. But I didn't ask fucking you. None of your business. Thank you. It is very hard. I also like this corner too. It's kind of soft, you know what I mean? Listen to this. Not this part, right here. When we had this like saxophone, basically. I will say it is different. It actually is different. I think the really cool thing here is that, first of all, the up tempo is really exciting, I think. And I also, first of all, like I mentioned, the percussion is really sick. I also think that it has less than like a snaking sort of, a snaking quality to it. It actually feels a little bit more aggressive, right? There's a little bit more like power in it, a punch, which is actually really, I think is actually pretty fun. Hey mods, is there a way to save? Is there a way to save that comment? Can you take a screenshot of that comment? I gotta do a singing short for that comment. But I need evidence. Any thoughts on sound dynamic range on VGM then and now? In my experience, older VGM. Can you just like take a screenshot of it for me, Kremen, and then I can like record a song for it. Hey, body. Older VGM normalized range so that instruments are a bit clearer to hear current VGM. I think it's more of a mixing. It's more of a mixing issue, I think, these days, more than anything. Do you guys want to see Spotty? Spotty, Spotty, come here, come here, come here, come here. Hey, where you going? Come here, Spotty. What the fuck? Hi, Luna. Hi, Luna. Spotty. Luna. Okay, bye. Go. At least my dog turns to look at me. At least she went, huh? But also, too, like a little bit of the throwback 80s retro quality also has an essence to it, which is really fun. So I actually think that that's pretty unique in and of itself. Also, the flute is kind of spicy there, too. Oh, this is on the 3DS, huh? Yeah, I've heard some Baten Kaitos. It's very good music. The game I couldn't really get into as much, but I enjoyed Baten Kaitos. Okay, so what's next, chat? We're gonna move down into the non like talky pieces. Also, I'm sorry, it's been 2.5 hours. Thank you for being patient with me today. I know that we started off kind of slow and lots of chatter. Hopefully things feel focused enough. I apologize if we're kind of all over the place, but that's also how these streams tend to go, don't they? Also, I welcome strong opinions, for the record. Like, obviously I'm happy to give some pushback or like, push on stuff, but I also enjoy, I enjoy having conversations. But as always is the case with my channel, is like, I really, if someone says one thing, I want someone else to be like, well, I think this. And then instead of doing that internet thing, it's nice to have a balanced conversation on stuff. So, yeah. So just know that I welcome your crazy opinions about AAA studios being shut down and failing. But also, I will gently push back on that and share my perspective. You know what I mean? Monolith? No, I'm just kidding. I know you're here for my opinion, but I don't know. Like I said yesterday at the beginning of the stream, yesterday was the first time that I was on stream with like 300 people, and I was like, this is a lot of people. Don't be sorry, dude. Don't be sorry. Be better. I used to say that to my wife all the time when we started dating as a joke. I'd be like, don't be sorry. Be better. Oh, shit. So much so that it became, you want to fuck with somebody, definitely say that. Don't be sorry. Be better. Watch what happens. Oh, I appreciate that. I respect your opinion. After all, we can't all be right all the time. Do you really, Leo? That's so funny. Your opinion is that ketchup and fries together is... Wait, do you really? Ketchup and fries together is a sin? You probably like mayonnaise. What are you, Swedish? I bet you are. You're probably Dutch. Get out of here. Just kidding. I love the Dutch. Miss Meatball ain't gonna be slapping me, I'll tell you that much. No one slaps this, except for me earlier. Ketchup on fries and not on the side is a sin? Who puts... Hey, refs! Welcome to 3 stream streak. You don't like ketchup at all? Oh, are you Italian, Zaglitz? Che tipo di italiano sei? Che tipo di italiano sei? Porco! It's so funny. Who just drizzles ketchup on fries? Chaos. Fucking chaotic people. That's who. I would never fucking do that. Not in a million years. I would never pour ketchup on my fucking fries like some sort of a maniac. Who does that? Surely none of you do that. Please tell me you don't. I would only do that out of spite, you fucking troll. Jacques? No! Well, you're French. No, so the bar is low. I'm assuming you're French with a name like Jacques. Ketchup on pizza? Caught? Oh my god, you fucking chaotic crazy people. What? Oh my god, I can't fathom that. Sì, e mia madre considera il ketchup uno dei 7 peccati capitali. You're French Canadian, even worse. Just kidding. I like the French Canadians. Well, to be fair, I eat kiwi with the whole skin, so I guess I'm probably worse than you guys. To be fair. To be fair, I'm probably way more disgusting than that. So maybe. Hey, John. Yeah. Definitely will. Very soon. Very soon. I love the feeling of hair in my mouth, you know, so that's why I love kiwi. Wait, no. See this gets taken, this gets misconstrued, and then people make jokes at my expense. See, I try to be funny, but then it backfires because then I end up on gay talk again. I don't want that, you know. God damn it, I do it to myself. I do it to myself. I really shouldn't. I just try to get a joke out, and then I end up, you know, fucking talking about my fucking feet again, and not, I know. Well, I didn't say what kind of hair. I could have said women's hair. So I mean, anyway, let's not. Marco, you're trying to make reaction. You're making content for VGM OSTs, but at the same time, I also want to add anime OSTs and VTuber songs. Do you have any experience for this? You got to be really careful with the copyright, especially for anime. I mean, I don't really know how to help you with that one because it's a slippery slope, and I need to figure it out too. So I don't know. That said, just video game content is largely okay, but there are certain nebulous minefield zones. So. Breaking news, streamer Marco Meatball likes the taste of hair in his mouth. More at 7. They are at copyright hell, which is why the anime channel is hard. I really wish that anime was a little bit less severe. I know apparently you can add channels to the audio mixer in OBS, so you can split audio, which I don't do. But you theoretically could do that, which would allow you an opportunity to mute or adjust audio. But I don't know. All that copyright stuff feels so dirty. And we try not to, but then, you know, we inevitably do a little bit. But I feel like why wouldn't you want people talking about this stuff? It's so important. But, you know, what do I know? Anime is hard, and so am I. Couldn't have said it better myself. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Lost Lace. The second theme of Lace, not Hornet, is what I told Dominic last week. The second theme of Lace, which takes the motifs from the first and dramatically elaborates on them, and unlike the first Lace theme, it isn't entirely on strings. How come anime is stricter on their copyright? Because of Japanese copyright laws. In the most nebulous sort of ways. Are VGM a lot less copyright strikeable? So there's two things, just to be clear. There's claims, and the strikes. Claims happen a lot. Claims are a normal part of the process. Lots of things get claimed. Sony claims a lot. This is why you don't see any God of War on the channel. Undertale was claimed yesterday from... now, some of that is not directly the company. For instance, I reached out about a Deltarune, about Flower Man on my Deltarune video yesterday, and they actually lifted the claim for me. Now, if I email them about Undertale, maybe they'll lift that. I also don't want to bother them because it's just like a stream. It wasn't like a video. But like Square Enix right now, Nextone Japan has been copyright claiming a lot of stuff, and I'm in the process of hopefully getting whitelisted so that I can actually do Square Enix stuff and have like permission from Square Enix, which is very cool. Feels very special. Like I've done it. I've worked hard. I've gotten to the approval of the companies. We'll see if that actually happens. But I think you don't want strikes, because 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes within a 90-day period, you're out. Channel goes away, forever forgotten, and you have to start over. Very sad. Very, very sad. No, you didn't, John. No. I haven't done it yet. I had a video of a Deltarune yesterday. A Deltarune fan. They said Deltarune fans are annoying. Okay, it's a joy bait. Go with it. Enjoy it. Watch the first 10 seconds. You know what? I'll even play the first 10 seconds for you right now, so there's no confusion. The first 10 seconds of my joy bait video literally answers the joy bait question. The joy bait question is, of course they're annoying. How could you not be with music like that? Effervescent. And frankly, you'd be annoying too if your favorite video game had songs like Rude Buster. There you go. There you go. Watch the first 10 seconds of the video. Joy bait, bitch. Get joy baited, motherfucker. Can you even start over? I think you can. I think you can. I have backups. Like old backups. But I need to re-back up. Off question, what are your overall thoughts on Evan Call's work? Beautiful. Beautiful, melodic, rich, dense, thought-provoking, emotional. Broad terms like that. I mean, we can get into the specifics. But you can also check out my video of Freerun and Violet Evergarden, my watch-alongs, on patreon.com/MarcoMeatball, where you can discover what I felt while watching Freerun and Violet Evergarden today. Check it out at patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. Just teasing. But yeah, no, I think Freerun is deeply emotional, and musically I think it's aided by that in a big way. Violet Evergarden is colossally important musically. There are several specific scenes in Violet Evergarden that are completely eviscerating emotionally. Namely, episode 8, episode 10, 11, of course. Those episodes are carried by the emotion of the music, and those anime have tons of music. Almost every, if I recall, there's not that much silence, and Evan does a great job of creating a feeling of whatever emotion it is. Usually love, hope. Yeah, of course there's tension in it, in Freerun especially. But it's done so with like, I think they're soft. Yes, the intense parts are intense. But there's a femininity in that music, and I think that's part to do with the characters themselves. Freerun fucked me up. I cried bad at Freerun. I fucking hate Violet Evergarden, like hyperbolically, because of how much it made me cry. And it's one that I cannot watch. I simply cannot watch. I cannot do it ever again. It's way too much. Your Lie in April was the same way. Loved it. Fuck if I never see it again. Like, I don't want to. Beautiful. Thank you for recommending it to me. Please don't ever again. You know what I mean? Like, that shit fucking killed me. Fuck. I was ready to be done with Violet Evergarden by episode like 13. I was like, well, I know what's coming. Oh, well. I don't want to spoil it, but fuck. It's rough. It's rough. All right. Lost Lace. I love to talk, guys. Can't tell a lie. Ooh. You sharpening your knife? Bro, what? I don't dislike anything. If I dislike something, you will know, and I will be abundantly clear about it. Don't you love that, like, one string? So beautiful. I think at the end of the stream, I'll film my anime episode too, about how I hate anime. I love this. This is amazing. Add it to the list. This is amazing. Some slight pitch variation there. Wait, can I just rewind 2 seconds? That was actually... I think this is a real violin, by the way. Sorry. Yeah, right there it's flat. That's really interesting. So right here it turns a corner and it dips in pitch. Not a big deal, but I thought it was kind of interesting how it did that. Especially that means it's real. That means it's performed by a real person, I assume, which is great. I'm all for that. I'd rather have it be slightly half tune, half flat than be, you know, not a real orchestra or a real player. So I'm totally okay with that. That's very hard. There's a couple Attack on Titan OSTs on there. I didn't watch Attack on Titan because I wasn't ready to be depressed twice. Attack on Titan is what cranked the door open. Cranked. Get your mind out of the gutter, you perverts. Is what cracked the door open for me with anime and manga. I am a huge manga head now. It's pretty much all I read. I can't even read novels anymore because I love manga so much. But Attack on Titan is what opened the door for me to fall in love. I read Attack on Titan, no joke, the megas, the big boys. I read it in a week, and I devoured the fuck out of Attack on Titan. So good, but I can't watch it because I already know what happens, and I'm like, I know that the anime is like a totally different experience from the manga, but again, it's like so heavy and twisted and fucked up and cool and awesome, and I just can't do it. I can't do it. FMA I really need to get to, but FMA is quite literally one of my favorite things I've ever read in my entire life. Like FMA is I want to reread it. Like FMA is, to me, I don't love it as much as Evangelion, because Evangelion is like all the things I love about my own personal life and like discovery and like emotional distress and all this other stuff. It's very like me. FMA, and I've done this rant before for those of you that have been here before, but FMA I'm so happy I was alive to read FMA. And like, I'm so glad that I was like, oh, I need to read this. And I didn't devour it because it's a lot, but like FMA is just fucking chef's kiss. And I really want to watch FMAB. But I enjoyed FMA so much as a read that it's really, I was so sad when it was over. I was so sad when I got to that last book. I love Alan Ed so much, and the 7 Deadly Sins, and oh my god, the twists and turns in that story. I want to reread it. That's how I feel about Final Fantasy IX. It is the equivalent of Final Fantasy IX for me. I love it. JoJo, oh my god, I'm so happy I got introduced to JoJo. JoJo, I can't wait to get back to it. I fucking love JoJo. Oh my god, I love JoJo. I think it's probably, again, it's like in my top 3 for sure. Like, I've watched some really amazing anime, but JoJo is so fucking weird and fun, and I always feel kind of inspired after it. And it's funny, and like it's a little bit perverted, which I'm like kind of into. Like, just a little bit of perverseness is fun, and it's harmless. And yeah, no, I'm like a changed person. I fucking love manga, dude. And I love anime, and oh man, I just love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Anyway, so Akame ga Kill, isn't that Kill la Kill? I'm about to watch that. I can't wait. Rage Bait Slop? Wait, what is Rage Bait Slop? You wouldn't call AOT anime depressing? Oh, you think so? Oh, more shock value than anything else? FMA is Square Enix? I'm going to go for Brotherhood. I've heard great things about Claymore. What's the one Make us a JoJo pose. What's the one? Beneji? Who's Beneji? Zai. I haven't, not yet. No, I'm sorry. Bucky. Oh, okay, they're not the same. Oh, Akame ga Kill is Rage Bait Slop. What's the Iron Lord? No. What's the one with like the skeleton guy and they're all in the intro, they're all like lined up and they go to war and it looks like X-Men, but it's like, oh god, not Clan Lad. It's oh shit. Not Kingdom. I always think it's Kingdom. Overlord. Thank you. It's Overlord, yes. I'm disturbed at how quickly you knew. Overlord, that's right. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. So anyway, a little flat here, but it doesn't matter. I actually think it's really cool. I've never seen a single one of those, Mo. I love how desperate it is. We really are desperately trying to find ourselves in this, you know? And we just have lost all hope. Is this the one when she's like the Black Shadow? I saw a streamer play this. Ah, okay, yes. Oh, really? Inoka? I also want to read that volleyball anime or novel or manga. I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, no. Haikyuu, yeah. Listen to that lower brass. This is such a gold star. I already gold starred it. You just feel like all hope is gone, and at this point, you have absolutely nothing to lose, right? You just sort of decay and decay. Hey Yoshi, and break down, and at the end of the day, you're just like, you know, fuck all of this. You know, and it's really like this outpouring of like sad anger where you're like pushed into a fucking corner and it's just like, I've had enough. I've had fucking enough, you know, and you can't breathe anymore and you're just angry, but you're angry with sadness because it's like, it shouldn't have come to this, you fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And you like want to shake that person and be like, wake the fuck up. What are you doing with your life? It's over. It's over. This is what you did. This is what you caused. This is a situation that we didn't have to be here, but this is what you did. Right. And I think that really translates to me emotionally. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. And you know, it's interesting because it has like a real, like visceral belly quality, you know, but also fuck this game. Game is way too hard. That was what someone wrote that today. I read that about me. They were like, I really like his music takes, but then he says things like he modded Silk Song to make it easier. No fucking shit I did. That shit is impossible. Fuck that game. Speaking of Twitter, I got in trouble the other day in a really funny way. And I'm going to show you right now. Because it cracked me the fuck up. I just don't have enough time in my life to waste my time to go back to every fucking checkpoint. I don't. If you're under the age of X, then that's fine. But I don't have time for that. I gotta show you. I got ratioed so hard the other day, mostly in jest. But let me find this for you. I thought it was really funny because someone basically was like, if you had to get punched in the face by any shonen boy, you're probably way more patient than me, Key, so it's fine. I said I wanted to get punched in the face by Yuji Itadori because it was the only fucking shonen character I could remember, and I just felt like involving myself. You get $1 million, but you have to let a shonen protagonist punch you in the face. I go... So someone picked Mob. First of all, very dumb idea. It depends on which Mob. Who's that guy from JJK? Yuji Itadori, but not when he's the other guy. I think it's what, Sakuna? Asuka? That shit would suck. 300. Imagine LARPing this bad. Well, I'm not LARPing because I don't know anything about JJK other than Goro and that guy who talks about sushi. Did you even watch that shit? No. This shit cracked me up. Oh, man. And then they just freaked out. And then I realized that I think the demographic that enjoys JJK is not my demographic. I'm pretty sure, based on these responses, these are young men in the age between 25 and 19. Everyone was pretty reasonable, which I appreciated. Except for some weirdos. But yes, I had forgotten. JJK is mid? Uh-oh. Was it obvious? I don't know. I read the manga. Mangas are for everybody. But I realized that might not be my target demographic. But I guess shonen, I suppose Sakuna Matata. Yeah, I know. I forgot that he kicks the ball and it cracks the... Anyway. That's okay. Don't be ashamed of your generation. We were all cringe once. Embrace the cringe. All right. Arknights chapter 13. The whirlwind that is passion. Hey, Cook Style. How are you? I'm sorry. Cook Style. I think JoJo's is more mature. Can I put the video on screen for you? Of course I can. You hated the first two parts of JoJo, but now I like it at part 4 and 5. So you hated 1, 2, and 3. So you hated Stardust Crusaders. I respect it. All right, let's go to Arknights. Now that I'm filming these two videos at the end of the stream, I don't feel any pressure to like hurry up and get done. So, fuck, I'm gonna be here for another hour probably. No worries there. I'm on episode 10. Yeah, the whirlpool that is passion. Here we go. Boop. 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 I'm surprised at how much I ended up liking Stans, by the way. I love part 3, though, so... Oh, I didn't read the notes. Shit, I'm sorry. Bro, passive-aggressive much, bro? What the fuck? You know, for what is basically the penultimate boss of the second arc... I'm just teasing, by the way. The music is a lot more intense and climactic, especially when the boss enemy is kind of like your average one-off villain. But I don't think this theme is really for him. The Blood Prince of the Sarkaz, this theme is more like for Amiya, facing an enemy that is colossally stronger. You're going to unsub next month? Hey, Deatho Rock. You can. I welcome it, frankly. Facing that is cool. I shouldn't gaslight my viewer base. That's not one that she has to kill, Amiya, even if she does not want to. She has to show not just her conviction, but also her growth from a naive, inexperienced young girl to the true leader of Rhodes Island, for Rhodes Island. After all, the only way to thwart a prince is by ascending to kingship. Exactly. I've been stream mogging a lot recently. I feel too confident. So, okay, so you think this is about Amiya. Interesting. All right, let's go back. Leader of Rhode Island. I'll answer that in a second, Cook. I see your point, though. I hear it in the piano and the doubling with the cello. Also, the female vocals would also represent that. Shit tons of doubling there, too. I love lifts like that. We lift, we kind of reset, we pull all the way back from all the stuff that we had before. It's a natural reset for the ears. Love the lower brass hits there. Boom. That's good. CMLO, take care of yourself. Yeah, so I actually really like that because of the intensity of it, and it does feel like it's kind of like, okay, well, I have to make a decision, right? And again, we talk about this a lot, right? We have to make changes. We game composers really are ultimately working with a couple different emotional ideas, right? And so sometimes it can feel repetitive, right? But the key thing that I think is really interesting that makes it less repetitive for me anyway is the fact that there are multiple different ways to create these soundscapes that make us feel how we feel, right? So if this is like, well, I have to face this head on, right? A very common idea. I mean, like, that's not new. It's not revolutionary, but the choices in the strings and in the brass and in the momentum of this piece, those are the individual parts of this that make period rain. Jesus. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. I think that's really beautiful, right? Not that, but this, like, and I think it's great. I would say I cultivated this community. I let you in on a little bit of perversion, and you guys have fucking run with it. Literally, you are entirely too comfortable. I literally, I've only opened the door of like 5% perversion, and you guys fucking like barrel on straight through, and it's like, you know, like, anonymity is your friend, so just ride that fucking wave. So I guess whatever. Anyway, all that to say, I will give you 1 point of critique about this piece that I did not like, instead of just glazing everything. Okay, I thought the strings a little bit too short. The strings were a little bit not exactly generally a string, you know, it really felt more like a piano with the string sort of like sound on it. You know what I mean? So I thought I thought overall, like that kind of took me out of it because it felt a little bit too jagged to my ear when I think of strings. Hey, Bloomberg, have a nice day. But overall, I would say that is a very, very nice piece. Hello, Bam. Nice to see you alive. After you gave everybody that scare a month ago. I know it was a month ago, but every time I see your username now, I just think about it. It's not the summer, it's Marco's streams that make me shower. Bro's fucking stinky. Because I'm dirty? Hi, Bam. I'm not dirty. You're dirty. Fuck! Stop! I'm just fucking around. Stop it. Atelier Sophie. The Alchemist of the I don't want to end up on Gay Talk. Please. Cliffhanger. The Alchemist of the Mysterious Book. I can't have too much fun. All right. Cliffhanger. Speaking of Atelier, I just started playing Riza yesterday. Red Car's not here, but I booted up I booted up Atelier Riza yesterday, the first one, DX. And all I could think about was how a member of my community was talking about her thick thighs. And that game is officially ruined. I just would like to mention that because I literally started. I was like, she does have thick thighs. like that was my entire thought process. As I was like, what a charming game. Wow, her thighs are thick. Red Car was right. Fuck. What games have I been playing lately? Mostly live service lately. Magic the Gathering Arena. Which this morning I was studying my commander deck because I don't know if I told you guys. So the deal with my therapist is I'm kind of nervous to go to my local game store because, I don't know, smells and people and like I'm new and Magic Arena is easier because the game tells you what to do, so on and so forth. But I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I know I got to just rip the Band-Aid. So I was talking with my therapist and my therapist was like, here's the deal. You don't have therapy for a week. Study your cards so that the week I get back, my therapist, you'll go to Commander Night at the LGS. And low key, I know that it's going to be fun. It's going to be fine. And everyone's going to be chill because they're not going to just let like a fucking asshole come to Commander Night because that person's going to get weeded out because it's not that big. But it's my first, I've spent a good deal of money on these Commander decks. Look at them. And so I'm excited, and I want a hobby outside of gaming, another game. So I'm escaping gaming to go play another game, but I just need to go, and I just need to rip the Band-Aid, and it'll be cool. It'll be chill. I really want to go to a draft night. I've been playing a lot of draft on MTGA, and draft's fun. I appreciate that it's an equalizer. Yesterday, though, really quick, I beat the flying fuck out of someone in Magic the Gathering yesterday. I used the Wakanda Forever deck in MTGA because I also bought the physical, so I've been practicing in MTGA. I beat the fuck out of this guy. This guy conceded with 18 health left, bitch. I fucking destroyed this man. I use so many artifacts because T'Challa comes out, and every time he attacks or he comes out, he creates a vibranium, which then helps you, it converts into colorless mana, so on and so forth. And I beat the fuck out of this guy yesterday. I had like 33 health. This guy had 18 health, and I had 10 characters on the board. At one point, I used the car artifact, or I used the card that I couldn't even understand. I just played it because it was way too much text. I didn't read all that shit. Boom. It popped out a 10-10. Oh my God, bro. There were 4 of them at one point. This guy conceded. The other day I played against one of my mods, Tom. He used a card at the very end of the game that allowed every single character that had ever ended up in the graveyard to come out and be played on his side. Fuck that guy. Fuck my mod. Fuck him. Not that I was winning, but he just had to know how many hit points it would cause. It brought back every single character that had ever died in the game, and he got to play them all. Fucking bitch. Atelier Sophie cliffhanger. A battle theme that plays when fighting somewhat tougher enemies. As in this game, the battle music changes based on the strength of the enemy. Yeah, was it Living End? I think it was. Compared to your party. Okay, cool. Take care, Redamon. Sorry I spent most of the time yapping. I gotta stop apologizing for that since... Oh, I forgot that this game series has incredibly good music. This is fucking gorgeous, bro. Like, no shit. I mean, I don't know. How can you not like that? Like, that's a gem. Bye, Mr. Mon. Holy Celtic vibes. And like a slightly syncopated rhythm here, it feels like. It's not, a mixed meter. No, it's mixed meter. That's interesting. Hold on one sec, Valk. And then the fucking random, the jazz organ in the back, I really like that. If I play this for a non-gamer, whoa, you gotta play this anime shit. You took the spot for Bury the Light. Why no Halo, but you play Atelier Sophie, you fucking weeb. You fucking weeb, how could you play that song? You fucking... Anyway, I really enjoyed that. That's amazing. I love the effervescence in that. That is just so satisfying. I love the tempo. I love the acoustic aspects of it. It's so much fun. It's just bright. And I love bright shit. You know, like, it's fun. It's so much fun. There's so much energy in it. Fantastic tempo. Lovely mixed meter there at the end. The random Celtic swing, didn't expect that. Really, really nice. Really nice. I'm excited for your roommate who's starting out Expedition 33. I bet the Godfather. Me, you know, you can't refuse. There's something I wanted to say that came up in my brain while I was listening to that. Not quite my tempo. What was it, though? I can't remember. There's something not important, but I felt it would be funny and useful to share. No, can't remember. Spice Dreams, Dune Awakening. While the game remains fun, yet flawed experience, I don't think its atmosphere can be denied. Yeah, I actually agree. I feel like that's definitely true. Definitely, the game definitely has issues. The spice. The spice. The spice. Spice Dreams. My hair is growing. Oh, someone asked, I'm sorry, Valk asked if, that's what it was. Valk asked if I was playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Ragnarok. So I want to, but here's the problem. I was having a hard time even finding matches yesterday. So I guess I have to stream it in order to actually play with people, because maybe the community will come and help me. But like, I'm a little bit annoyed because I want to play it in my free time. I mean, I don't have time to stream it. I have like 18 games to play, and so I want to stream. Granblue Fantasy Relink is an amazing game that everyone should play. I'm a huge advocate for it. But I couldn't get into any matches yesterday, and I had to wait like 5 minutes for a match. I was a little bit frustrated. Unless, can you play closed and bring in NPCs? Am I missing that? I might be missing that because I haven't been back in a while. Because Granblue Fantasy is great. The characters are just so much. I always use Lancelot though. I hate to say it. Oh, you can do that. Oh, then I'm dumb. I'll look it up today because it's fun. I really like Relink. Right, like I was still trying to get the... the last of the notes so I could do the end game stuff. Oh, you did? You just did closed? Did you do closed? Is that how it works when you're searching? No, it's not. Yeah, no. What a cool sound. Do you see Iron Mouse has made a song with T. Lopez for Densha Tech? I think I mentioned that earlier. It's really exciting. I may film a reaction to that later. Hello, Timothy. That's true, I could. I'm gonna film it later, A. Yeah, I mean, this is an example of how good and how important ambiance can be. And like, I don't necessarily, like, this feels like a world alive, but it also feels like the world is kind of under the surface. So it feels like it's kind of muted without being muted. And then here you step out into the sunlight, you know? I mean, glorious strings, right? And then the whole time you have this wonderful boom, 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 boom. Hey, A. I'm literally going to record it after I'm through with my list here, so you're welcome to hang out, or you can just watch the video later. It's up to you. Yeah, Flub, I had that problem yesterday as well. I really enjoyed what I played of this game. Not gonna lie, I never stick around with with survival games for a long time, but this one really had me enraptured for several hours. Love it. Not sexy, not over the top, not a banger, not anything, but one of these tracks that you just sit in and bask in and you know, can kind of breathe in and live in. And I think like there's a lot of you know, a lot of worthwhile things when they're like this. I think atmospheric tracks are so important. I love the fact that you sang with Iron Mouse for Warframe. It was cool. You know, I'm really excited because it seems like she really plays it a lot. And I haven't talked to Iron Mouse in a minute, but I mean, it seems really like that stream with me actually helped propel her into, like, you know, apparently she's played it a shit ton. And I will take full responsibility. My incredible teaching skills. You guys already know, you know, it was all me, and I'll take full responsibility for that. That's right. Sometimes I think about what would be like if these streams were bigger. And I'm actually kind of relieved they're not. I feel like we all get to have a nice chat. New folks come in all the time. regulars are here hanging out. It's a very happy space. I feel like if there were like 300 people in here, it wouldn't be nearly as fun. I hate to say it. As much as like the ego wants like, ooh, look at that big number. Oh, people love to be here with Marco Meatball. But actually, I actually think that it's better to be like this because it's a little bit more personal, But also, I don't want people to. Unfortunately, because it's Patreon specific, like I do feel like people don't come because it's like, well, it's like almost like it's like a door that's closed. Because like yesterday we had 300 people, which is amazing, but it's just a different energy, So it's nice when it's relaxed, it's fun. Let me grab this song for later. Okay. I really enjoyed that. All right, next up is Fortress from Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Oh, bam. No, my streams are all over the place. If I did a Wuthering Wave stream, like this happens on Fridays, I'll do a Wuthering Wave stream, 1,000 people, crazy amount of people. No, they're all over the place. Patreon live stream, 70 people. You know what I mean? There's it's funny how things, work. So I don't know. Before I signed up for Patreon, I always loved the vibes of these streams and just listening to the music with y'all. It was always a cozy way to spend the Friday work. That's right. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be relaxed. I want it to be chill. I want to be stupid. I say a bunch of dumb shit on these streams. I don't have to worry about what I'm saying. And then also VOD watchers. Hello. Plenty of VOD watchers. Wonderful people. I mean, like, just very nice people. I think the people that watch these streams generally, like, are just sort of nice. And I like that, Woo was in a great place, by the way. You should watch my video, Gotcha Sucks, This Game Doesn't, that somehow people still manage to interpret as tribalism. And those people need serious help. Because what the fuck does that title have to do with anything related to anything else? Gotcha sucks. Duh. This game doesn't. It couldn't be more clear. I sometimes feel like I'm living on a different planet. Holy Christ, Bam. All right, Bam wrote a novel. Hold on, let me get ready. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Fortress. I was so overjoyed with the early access release. Yeah, it's okay to not vibe with Wua for the character design. I'm not going to discredit that at all. You're evil. I was so overjoyed with the early access release of Olden Era that I kind of forgot that I haven't shared some of my favorite tracks from the older games in the series. Here is one from Heroes 3, and is a very interesting one at that. Heroes 3 added 2 new playable factions, one of which has never been seen since, and that's a real shame, because it's quite unique. It is comprised of various fantastical beasts and governed by lizard people, and some lizard people are in chat, and hyena people, less so of those, who live in a lush swamp-covered area and thick fog. I'm making up words because I don't have my glasses on. Bathing the land in a perpetual twilight. Their strategy emphasizes strong defense. I know you're European because you wrote defense, D-E-F-E-N-C-E, which is, I think, a UK thing to do because we write defense with S. But, tomato, tomato. All their characters have something... I got to stop mogging. All their characters have something to do with armor. Their cities... This sounds like a Magic the Gathering card. Their cities have additional defense-themed buildings, and the swamp slows any invaders to a crawl, every move costing twice as much effort. I feel like their musical theme not only reflects that quite well... This brother definitely went to university, the way he's writing. Sounding like an outsider getting ambushed and swallowed up by the swamp, never to be seen again. But also stands out, even among all the excellent music of Heroes 3, with an additional degree of epicness that makes my hairs stand up every time I hear it. Enjoy. Amazing. It's an amazing description. Fortress that I will forget if I try to share it with somebody else. I've never done a live stream of non-gamers because I don't think that would be fair to people. Once I did it and it also didn't go well because no chat couldn't hear the audio. So I just decided to never do that again. I also don't want to overwhelm, like, you know, I don't want to overwhelm a 50-year-old, like, you know, so-and-so, or like, I just feel, not that there's anything wrong with 50-year-olds, by the way, but like the idea that like, I just feel like chat would be a little bit overwhelming. Sometimes it's overwhelming for me. So I can't even imagine a person that's never experienced like a chat, you know. That's a surprising sound. I did not expect this. It's interesting. You hear more mischievousness from this fortress theme. Like a bubbling, or like something's happening, you know. Oh, wow. Look at that. You see that little burst there? I want to listen to Oscuro Domine, but I can't do it on stream. Listen to that. The tossing back and forth. That's really nice. It's interesting because it goes on a journey, right? So it like peaks, it climaxes, it peaks, it busts, and then it settles back down, right? So it kind of peaks up, pops one off, and then sort of starts to reset. But then that would inevitably loop. It even has a proper ending. That's cool. Oh. Wow, listen to that little dingle. I like that. It's a very nice theme. It is not as aggressive as I expected it to be. Marco, you're not helping your attempt to stay off gay talk? What did I say? Did any of the guests end up really loving the game OSTs? Yeah, a lot of, I mean, you know, a lot of people were sort of agitated when I had Mary Box on because Mary basically misinterpreted what I was saying and assumed that things were made with AI. And so then people were like, you should have done a better job of explaining that it's not AI and that it's done with MIDI. And I'm like, okay, bro, hold on. I don't think she really thought that. It was just a miscommunication, blah, blah. So anyway, afterwards, I messaged her and I was like, hey, I would love to have you back. Because I think that would be interesting. And she actually wrote me back and was like, I can't stop thinking about video game music. I would love to find out how to conduct this. Do you have any contacts? Which I don't really. I don't have any contacts that. Or do you have any contacts that could help me with connecting to, you know, symphonies and game concerts? So you know, you can't assume when someone's listening to something for the first time, and a lot of people like had attitudes about like her perspective on Ludwig the Holy Blade and like some of the pitch things that the singers had, and it's like all of it's valid. We can't be too defensive because we don't know what happens behind the scenes. And like Mary is a prime example of a person who was like actually changed by listening to that music. And that's really important. And I think we really got to a place where she was, you know, excited and curious. Ivy, I see you're popping into Relink right now. Don't act like I don't see it. So when was that video? That was about 3 non-gamers ago. Let me find it. Oscuro Domine. Oh god, I really would like to react to this on the channel, but like it's just not video game music. But I fucking love Keygen Church. It's right here on my. It's like it heard you. Which video was that? Oh, wasn't it beautiful, Daryl? I heard it. I heard it earlier today. It was amazing. That non-gamer video was a month ago, for reference. Boop. In the video game music industry, Arnie Roth, 1000%. In the video game music industry, kind of like the acting, is the video game music industry kind of like the acting industry in terms of needing to really know people? I mean, I think, honestly, I think every industry is, you really need to know people. I hate to say it, but like, I think pretty much any kind of growth that you would like to do requires people to do it. And that's the psychology that I've really tried to adapt, especially in the channel. Like, it's really easy to kind of sit back, but like, if you want to be known and you want to feel like you're growing, it has to come from a network. I grew up with Italian immigrant parents who didn't know anybody. Everything we did, we had to do ourselves, right? And so I promised myself that I would not do that. I promised myself that I would know people. I promised myself that I would get out of that like small-minded, insular perspective where, you know, you need help repairing something. Okay, well, you know, your uncle comes over. No, you build rapport with people that help you, and then, like, you know, there's no greater feeling than going to a restaurant where you are known. You know, Black Flag is apparently flooded with microtransactions. Oh no, you don't have to do any of that stuff. What microtransactions? No, there's costumes and shit. The typical bullshit that Ubisoft does. But in terms of the game itself, you don't have to touch it. You don't have to touch any of that. They've had this stupid shit for forever. Trust me. The game is completely fine. There are no necessary microtransactions. There's a bunch of costumes and shit. They've been doing that since fucking... See, that's a corner of Ubisoft I hate. Don't put microtransactions in a single-player game. Do I think they should fail and crash and burn? Monolith? No. But it is stupid. It is stupid. But don't worry. Mary's a fire person. I'd love to watch another video with her, and you loved that episode earlier. I saw that. Well, don't worry. I'm filming an episode with her on Monday. So she'll be back very soon. And with Amy on Wednesday. And I'm going to get Aaron to come back because everyone fucking hated that episode. So I'm really excited. Remember that episode where he was like, I don't like any of this? Well, it's going to happen again. And I'm really excited. Nice guy. But people are like, oh, he's terrible. It should have been a definitive edition of an old game with everything. Night Dive never did that with their most fantastic remasters of old... I don't even know what Night Dive is, buddy. For what it's worth. Aaron was the agent who hated everything but Clair Obscur. I don't even know what Night Dive is. It is a definitive edition of an old game, though. No, that was Garth. I agree, it is refreshing. It is refreshing. And then it makes me work a little bit harder. He liked the French, actually. So, not a French hater. All right, Memento Mori. Elaine, XVI, which is 16, the spirit. Those. Yeah. Don't get me started on Assassin's Creed, because I'm really happy with the Black Flag remaster. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed guy. It's just not very cool to be an Assassin's Creed fan because everyone hates Ubisoft. I'm going to be honest with you that you liked Odyssey. See, this is why we're diametrically opposed, because that game is fucking awful. I'm just kidding. I don't like the new ones. They're fine. I just get so bored. I love the old ones, though. Unity is my comfort game. Anyway. I'm saying Ubisoft fan is like being a Nickelback fan. No, I think that's worse. But anyway, like I am a deep Assassin's Creed apologist. I always have been. Hey, what's up, Mordecai? always been an Assassin's Creed apologist. I even apologize for that awful, awful, awful Assassin's Creed 3 Ride of Paul Revere. Do you know how fucking disappointed I was? And I love alternate history stuff. Do you know how disappointed I was when the whole thing was just a date with Paul Revere? That guy is literally clutching Connor's fucking hips as you run around. Bing, ding, 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 ding. The British are coming. The British are coming. Ding, 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 ding. The British are coming. The British are coming. I was so excited for Assassin's Creed 3. I almost was a history teacher. Holy fuck. That scene was terrible. That whole sequence was awful. Historical Yowie. And I still like Assassin's Creed 3, even though that shit sucked. So I'm gonna apologize. Wishing I'd get enough time to talk about NTE music. I'm gonna ask you a serious question, Mordecai, and it's gonna sound pretentious, and I don't mean it this way. So help me understand. Do you think that NTE's music is written by people, or do we think that once I saw the AI stuff, I started, and I talked with, my mod team, because one of my mods especially got like really addicted to NTE. Do you think that it's written, you know what I mean? Like we kind of had this back and forth where it was like, well, if they're using AI images, why wouldn't they use AI music? And I'm not going to be, I don't like that. I don't like AI music at all. And that's like a hard line for me. I like NTE. I don't think NTE is a bad game, but I have to draw a line somewhere for myself. And I enjoyed what I played of NTE, but I really don't know. I am paranoid about it. And so when I saw the AI images, I was like, well, they probably use AI audio. How do we know? You know what I mean? You can't respond. That's okay. Because if it's really written by, I don't want to slander anybody, because if it's written by an actual person, then I have no problem. But it's like, I don't think in good conscience I can be like, yes, I will listen to music from it, because God forbid, you know what I mean? So that's all. It's unclear what aspects of it were used with AI. But obviously imagery was, but I don't know how, so China and South Korea have the opinion on AI that's totally different from the West. They generally see it as cool. Look, I have used AI tools, Claude. So I'm not like anti-AI. I am anti-gen AI. I'm not anti using it as a tool to help your life. And in fact, in tech, they're actually forced to use AI. And if you don't, you actually get in trouble. NTE is a gotcha game, neverness to everness. So I'm not going to go ahead and be like, AI is awful, because I don't necessarily think that. Again, a nuanced conversation. But yeah, as far as the rest of it, oh no, I agree. Yeah, no, China, it's based on, yeah, right. AI ass title, NTE, everness to everness. Movie obsession OST. I can't. That's just video games. Yeah, I mean, right. Again, that's like a slippery slope, you know what I mean? But like in tech, like you're actually forced. Like literally, my wife is forced to use AI. like she actually got she doesn't use it a lot, and they were actually like, we need you to use it more. How long is the stream planned? Until I'm done. Probably another 45 minutes, because then I want to do 2 videos, and I'll do those on stream. All right, let's keep going. Why are you in a rush? Do you need me to end? Tsumi? You want me to stop the stream? teasing. Yeah, there's no composer, right? So that's why I was like, I don't know. Please don't stop the stream. Marco's edging? Oh, God. Okay. I don't know, though. You know, it sucks. AI is a complicated... My troll side always gets me. I'll never forget. I don't know if any of you are in here, but I used to do like peer reviews of like asking specific questions about my patron from my patrons specifically. And one of the comments I got that really stuck with me in a good way, which was hard to read at the moment, but then I was like, yeah, you know what? That's fair. See, I do take constructive criticism. Was like, hey, maybe be careful with your sarcasm because everyone comes at you in a different way. And some people can't tell the difference between sarcasm and not sarcasm. It could be very dry. And I said, you know what? That is so fucking fair. And so I really try to catch myself and immediately say, I'm just kidding. But I do that in here because most folks are regulars or people that have been here before, so they know. But yeah, I've definitely always catch myself because there are times for it, and I am when we're just like shooting the shit, I'm much more likely to use sarcasm. But when it comes to like music stuff, I really try to leave that at the door because I don't think that, you know, we're all a little dry in here. It's true. Time to get wet. This lament nods to La Campanella. Conceptually, La Campanella, the Franz Liszt piece, rather than as a direct remix. Oh my God. Okay. Using a fast 8-bit synth like at 443 to create the handbell vibe, or repeating specific sounds that overlap the main beat, using some pieces from it in between the beat. Took me 100 listens to catch every took me 100 listens to catch every reference to the classical piece. The Memento Mori team absolutely cooked with this one. The character development gave me goosebumps, and now I just remembered. Wild to think that it's been exactly a year since I joined Patreon. Oh, since my first MM lament. Oh, Elfrida the Lance. Wow, time flies. And thank you so much for the support, Modestas. I can't believe it's already been a year. It really doesn't feel like that. So, all right, let's do it. And this is an 8-minute piece because last time was shorter. So we already discussed that. So for everyone wondering. I'm fun to watch, Yap. You, the guy who said you didn't like me earlier because you, the person, I like the only thing I dislike in your YouTube career is changing your old thumbnails. Oh, we changed some of the Genshin thumbnails to give them a more modern flair. Sorry, Modestas, I keep stalling you when I'm sure you're on the edge of your seat and I just keep talking about stupid shit. Deal with it. You mean this? We change this. You can't tell me you like these thumbnails more than the modern ones, because the modern ones are way better. Like, this is way better than this, in my eyes. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but that's interesting that you don't like that. That's fine. I accept that. We just wanted to be cohesive because some of these are the most popular videos on the channel, so you want it to look like this when you click on popular. You know what I mean? So we wanted cohesion for when you click on this tab. All right, anyway, let's go. Oh my God, that's cool. Why does it start with La Campanella? That's so interesting. Wait a second. Isn't that Mozart's? Isn't that Lacrimosa? Or no, Mozart Requiem? Wait, this is something else. What is that? I'm kind of annoyed that I can't recognize everything. Sorry. I'll switch over to the. Now we know what it looks like. I'll give you the title. If you do exclamation point song, it'll actually pop up for you. So. What's up, G? So we're phasing out of one area and phasing into another. No. That is so interesting to me. This song is so fucking dense. That's only 5 minutes in. Like, there's so much in this. Is this a bullet hell game? No, it's an idle game. That's the funny part. Do you even hear any of these songs in game? Oh, it comes with a new character. It's genuinely crazy. I mean, like, the thing is, the song requires like a tiny bit of patience, I think, because I mean, I think Morimen's in general, like the aesthetic could be kind of throw you off if you're not like slightly open-minded to it, to be honest, because of just
Memento Mori.
Memento Mori. Too harsh. No, are you kidding? I love shit like this. Actually, frankly, I don't think it was harsh enough. To be honest, I love harsh. Really interesting. I mean, I think Modestus, you've been here for a year, and it's interesting because I think when you first brought these tracks, I was probably a little bit more resistant. I had just started listening to anime music and gotten into anime itself, and so I think now I know what to expect because the quality is always consistently high. And it's excellent stuff. It really is. And I think it has a lot of variety. It's fun to listen to. It's enjoyable. It's pleasant. I think it just requires a little bit of patience and a little bit of like lowering your guard to it. I don't think a ball and gun gamer is going to be like, oh my God, Memento Mori. But I think like, I'm pretty sensitive to musical styles, and I like how Memento Mori has a ton of them. Will I ever play this? Absolutely not. Zero. Never. Even you have said don't play this game. But also like I don't know what there is to even play as an idle battler or whatever it is. But it's cool. It is genuinely very cool. So I think there's only been one of these songs I haven't liked, and even like I haven't been like it sucks. I've just been like, it wasn't my cup of tea. All right, let's do. Let's do Starful. Hey, Sphero, what's up? Let's do Stars Full from Civilization 3. See ya, Bam. Civ 3. So a song that plays in the modern age of the game. There are a few things as ironically suitable for cruise missiles and tactical nukes flying across the screen. Let's do it. Fuck. What the fuck? Alright, yeah. I don't hear nukes when I hear this. Not sexy, yeah. Was Yakuza played? No, it was a choice between the two, and I picked Civ 3. This one's a gold star. Weirdly sexy. That's weird. Porn music. There's no nukes. How am I supposed to know when to... Oh my god. Shit. That's soprano sax. No clarinet in sight. That's amazing. It did loop, but that doesn't matter. It's just a nice ass piece, isn't it? I mean, like, that's just beautiful. I mean, what else is there to say? That's satisfying as hell. I love it. I love it. That is so peaceful. I would love to work with that on. Oh my god, amazing. Miss 3 Exile, main theme. An early work from Jack Wall, who would go on to compose for Mass Effect and Call of Duty. Mist. Keeper of the Mist. Where is it? Hello? Civ 3, main theme. Main theme. Oh, the Duduk! Or no, is this the Duduk? By the way, they got rid of De Novo for Digimon Time Stranger. If that's interesting to you. Hello? Bum, 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 bum. Fuck. Good night, sleep well. You're shaking? Oh my goodness. This is Phrygian too, isn't it? Oh my fuck. Children's choir? Children's solo? Child solo? Soprano solo? Child soprano solo? Fuck, I love this song. Oh my god. And I slide down from it. So much danger in that too. Nice, it picks up. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Jeez. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oof, love. Really nice, really subtle, really aggressive, but slow and kind of plotty, which I think was really effective. It pulls away from that bombast that we so often get with these big choral pieces in games, where they're kind of like mimicking Verdi Requiem or something. This was so. I really liked it. It did remind me a bit of Carmina Burana, but not that that's a negative. Really good. Really liked it. Beautiful. Do you remember any pieces that are Locrian? No, I don't. No, I don't. The words they're chanting are the name of the game's various ages / levels. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful piece. I definitely want to play this for Mary next week on Monday. I may even play it for Amy, to be honest. Like, that is really nice. You know, another theme that really sticks out to me is that one theme from Luna. I don't know if Luna's still here, but Luna requested it once. It was a piece. Oh my god, that one, the opening theme from some 4X strategy game based on, like, oh my god, what the fuck? It comes up a lot. It's crazy. It's so good. Shoot. It's from like one of those grand, like not Risk, but not the Paradox ones either. Shoot, it doesn't matter. Ace Combat Infinity, Heroes of Iron. Nope. It was from something bigger. All right, Invincible Fleet Infinity Remix, Battleship Tanager Sunk, Ace Combat Year. That's right. You Cannot Hinder Me. Another AC4 the piece now that the digital soundtrack is out of it too. Redone for Infinity. More intense than the original, and I prefer it personally. Let's do it. Neither of those. Oh, yes, of course. Boom. Boom. Dun, too. Ace 2, not a lot, no. What's up, guys? Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. Thanks, Bran. How you doing? We're just chilling. Hey, Hemlock, what's up? Hey, guys, thanks for the raid. Hope you're doing well. We're just listening to some video game music. Hi, hi, hi. Yes, the song was originally Ace Combat 4, and then Infinity got a remix. Hope everyone's doing really well. The thing about this piece is that it's actually like, it's kind of subtle. Like, yes, it's heavy, and yes, there's intensity in it, but it's, and like right there, this particular sound with the strings has lots of tension in it, but it's kind of pulled back actually, you know? But the momentum is all like that. It's not really a building up piece so much as it is like an overwhelming, like prolonged sense of distress. But I don't like the lower brass does a lot of lifting here. Da da. What is that? It's a half step. Da da da. The brass player will be up tomorrow. And the thing is, even for Ace Combat doesn't automatically always have to be like bombastic as the way that many of us like it. Like there's a flexibility in that, and I think like here there's real distress in it, which is kind of cool. I mean, like I don't always feel like there's always going to be like, you know, the prototypical sound that we expect with Ace Combat. So I think it's cool to have some flexibility in that and how it's produced and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. All right, and then of course Mirthless, the staff roll from the King of Fighters 97. You're not late, you're right on time. I quite fancy this solo piano piece, so not what you expect from a fighting game either. King of Fighters 97. Let's do it. Okay. Cooking. Okay, I have to play this for Mary next week because she's a pianist. That's incredible. I already love it. Gold star. We had so many gold stars today, by the way. 9 gold stars. That's a record, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay. I want this to go. I want this to go somewhere. It's such a mood. Hey, Nolan. It's such a mood, though, isn't it? It doesn't lean on melody. It is like low-key kind of subtle. Because then here it picks up. There we go. Like, this isn't a fighting game. Like, that's crazy. Oof. Yeah, that is such a, like, that is really something. I gotta say that I know it's a staff roll. I know it's really pulled back and relaxed, and it has this chill, like, just cool aesthetic. I mean, just gorgeous piano playing, and it's such a mood, and it makes you feel like, oh God, it makes you feel good. It's just amazing. You know, it's such a beautiful piece, and it just transports you. Like, I just imagine that smoky bar, you know, there's a solo pianist in the back just playing, like, noodling around, right, and like end up creating a freaking masterpiece, right? It's so good. It's so good. I love that. What a way to finish the Patreon part too. I'm like sat here just like, shoot, that's fun. Huh. That's so nice. Well, we're gonna shift gears now, and I'm gonna film. Actually, you guys are welcome to stay. I'm gonna film breathe from Guilty Gear Strive, and then this Iron Mouse song from Densha Attack, with T. Lopez, a lovely composer, and I'm really excited. So we're gonna shift gears and do that. I may film another video too, just because I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done. But you guys are welcome to hang out. Yes, next stream we've got Leo, Eternal Blue, Fjord, Kirby, Mr. Freaky, Patella, Yellow Aura, Golden Maw, Tsumi, Sirius, AFK, Ivy, Poison Zero, Dzil, POTK, and Juan. Has Marco seen this Qatari prologue trailer from the Darktide game? Oh no, I haven't. Is there a whole new music for Darktide? So yeah, so let me just take a little break. You guys are welcome to stay. I figure like if I'm streaming, I might as well just stay on and just film these videos. I for those of you that don't know that, I used to film a lot more on stream because it was a lot of fun. All right, no worries, Sumi. I really enjoy filming with folks, but I will go ahead and hide the chat from the screen, and I will be right back. So you guys are welcome to stay. Honestly, if there's like 10 people here, it's fine. If you guys want to hang out though, I'm gonna film some. So I'll be right back though, and we'll get into it. Okay, I will be back. All right, guys, welcome back to me, I guess. Welcome back to you. All right, we're gonna cruise through the Soul Frame blanket. Yeah, they sent that to me actually. Very generous folks over at Digital Extremes. Just really quick, I actually was given a code for Assassin's Creed Black Flag for PS5, so I'm just gonna set up a quick little giveaway. If you want to join a giveaway, if you want to play Black Flag on the PS5. I'll be giving a giveaway. I'll be doing a giveaway in about 10 seconds. But no, I won't announce it today, but I'm giving it away. Ubisoft was gracious enough to give me a copy for PS5 of Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. So if you'd like a copy, please thumbs up this post. Thumbs up this post. Yar. Okay. All right. Discord. Yeah. Now I'll spin the wheel later tonight. Okay. So the game plan is as follows. I'm going to check out Guilty Gear Strive OST. I'm going to check out Iron Mouse's new song for Gensha Attack. And then I will pop over and I do have a bunch of video ideas, like a shit ton of video ideas that I want to film. I may very well film a third video, depending on how my energy is, because I also have to watch Cowboy Bebop. So lots of stuff going on. I kind of wish I could stream Assassin's Creed Black Flag today, because I don't know that I'm going to have time next week, but I really want to get it done. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab what I need. RoboKai description. RoboKai. All right, Kai Kisk. Okay. All right. Yo. All right. So I'm gonna do my typical thing. I would like to start record. You know what? What's my bit rate? Hold on a second. I gotta adjust my bit rate. Output. Recording 8,000 kbps. Well, I'm not going to fuck with that right now, actually. Stream might die. If it does, it'll reset. So I will be right back. I'm going to start recording. So sometimes this is weird. So. Okay. As I said, that's what happens. No idea why that does that. Need to fix that? Really? All right. I just posted I was live again. God. Fuck. I'm sorry. All right. Okay. Let's check out RoboKai's theme. Breathe. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Marco. I'm a former professional opera singer, and I love talking about video game music from an emotional perspective. After a decade plus on the stage, I have become hopelessly addicted, actually, to Guilty Gear Strive. At this point, I've listened to quite a bit of the character themes from Guilty Gear Strive, but I have to say, I've recently started working on being a better player, and I've been playing the crap out of this game with Slayer, the best character in Guilty Gear Strive. And yes, you are wrong if you disagree with me. So today we're checking out Guilty Gear Strive. I actually got destroyed by a RoboKai recently, though I did not actually hear their theme because I was on the opposite side. So we were playing Slayer's theme, ups and downs, the best Guilty Gear theme. All right, so here we go. Just kidding. It's good. It's really good. But anyway, I don't know if we're gonna hear all the lyrics and stuff here. I don't know what we're cooking with, but let's dive in. So that's kind of funny. I actually think that the beginning here is really interesting because obviously Robo Kai is a Robo version of Kai Kisk. I don't know why there's a Robo Kai. I don't know why Robo Kai exists. And we will find out during this video. But what I find kind of interesting is that we actually get that synthetic kind of sound right away. If you listen and go back, right there, it's in between the guitar and it's at the upper register. That little noodling there, that's that robotic quality, which I think is kind of a fun little gesture. So let me pause again really quick. I know 2 pauses in the first 30 seconds. What the hell is he doing? But the reason why I'm going to pause here is to simply say that it's amazing how you automatically hear Robo Kai's no bullshit, smarmy, kind of like an asshole perspective. He's very, very, very rough and tumble around the edges. He does not give a shit about anything. He's kind of aggressive, and he's really, 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 in the hands of a good player, incredibly volatile to be around. He can really trip you up and really lock you in, and I hate him based on my limited experience fighting against him. Just so many different kinds of weapons and tools and accessories to use to make your life a living hell, and that is definitely something that is very apparent even in the first half of this theme with this right. So it's a very intense introduction. So I'm not going to pause too much here. Okay, we're getting to something interesting there. That is crazy. It is a Guilty Gear ass song, that's for sure. Cast iron in the mirror, I know the grace in those sentimental lines, but I'll never ask, who are you? Cast iron in the mirror, cast iron being Robo-Kai, in the mirror, looking at himself. I know the grace in those sentimental lines. Don't know what that means. But I'll never ask, who are you? Ears to hear sighs, eyes gaze the moon, arms crushed to pieces, brain to harbor thoughts, legs for what else, heart burning up. No spare parts in this world. I'm the finest grade of solitude. And that's interesting. So at first it kind of feels like a Frankenstein's monster sort of scenario where basically these are all the parts of Robo-Kai that make Robo-Kai functional, right? And the things that every human has: ears, eyes, arms, brains, legs, heart. You know, like these are things that are a part of you know, life essentially, right? So no spare parts in this world, meaning everything has a purpose. Everything's very specific where it goes. But then it's interesting because then the words say, I'm the finest grade of solitude. As if to say, like, there is no one else in the world like me. I am who I am, and I'm different. Even though I have these components that make me a part of the whole. I find that kind of interesting, and also it's kind of aggressive. Well, kind of, it is aggressive. There's a press in this sound. There's an anger and agitation, and I think it maybe stems from that idea of being alone and that idea of loneliness. I don't know, but I find it kind of compelling. Let's keep going. Now we're going to enter into this piano switch thing. I like that. All alone, not built by hate. With my heart, someone's prayer. I may cry, but I'm here. Never lost. This is who I am. You know, and I think it's interesting because why would we have a slowdown like that with a character that is, you know, inhuman and aggressive and violent and sure has a suit on and is, you know, can lift his head up as a helicopter and fly around and throw bombs at you and all this other stuff, right? Like theoretically, what's that? And I think that's sentience. I think that's like actual, like even weirdly a degree of sadness, right? Because it slows down, the piano comes in, it's a little warmer in its texture, a little richer, you know, and the lyrics say, and I know hard steel forged in hand won't cut just men. Every part of me links to a distant breath. No, I'm not all alone, not built by hate, stitched my heart, someone's prayer. And if I read that, it makes no sense. So let's try. And I know hard steel forged in hand won't just cut men. It'll cut everybody. Every part of me links to a distant breath. No, I'm not all alone. Not built by hate. Stitched my heart, someone's prayer. I may gripe, but I'm here, never lost. This is who I am. And it's kind of like a modus operandi, right? It's saying, frankly, I can't really wrap my brain around that. But, oh no, can't. But like, you know, I think it's like, I may be annoying, I may be frustrated, I may be pissy, but I'm never lost and I'm still here because this is who I am. It's a self-admission of acceptance of the self, right? And I okay.
Wait, which way? To the right?
What the fuck? Random ass waltz. What? Okay.
Wrong turn.
Yeah. So I think ultimately, and again, you hear it with this all that aggression. I think is really at the end of the day, like, bro, like this is who I am. This was the card I was dealt, and it's kind of this weird acceptance of like all the circumstances. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be able to change this, so I might as well just go out with it and just deal with it. You know what I mean? I got ears, I got a nose, I got a mouth, I got arms, I got legs, and I got a heart. Deal with it. You know what I mean? There's an anger in it. And there's like, it's a weird acceptance because it's acceptance, but it's also like, you know, go fuck yourself at the same time, which I think is kind of interesting because it's not, it's like, you know, I may gripe, but I'm here. Never lost. This is who I am. Right. And that's kind of the crux of this, I think. It's like, yeah, deal with it. You know what I mean? All right. Really interesting stuff. And that's all robotics. That is so uncomfortable to listen to. The specific kind of crunch that creates with the chords, that the notes that are being sung, it really sounds robotic. It really sounds otherworldly. It really sounds abnormal. You know, if you compare it to, well, Ups and Downs is a prime example. I was joking earlier about how Slayer's theme is my favorite, right? Totally different energy. Totally different kind of characterization, right? And lyrics don't necessarily have to make sense for us to feel that, but I think it's kind of interesting. And I say that every time I stop because all of it's kind of interesting. Goes up, okay, going up. That's really fun. All alone, not built by hate. But I'm here. This is who I am. See, do you see the admission of acceptance there? This is who I am. Going up like that in the pitch, that's the acceptance. This is who I am, right? Like that's the part that's, and honestly, and I know hard steel forged in hand won't cut just men. Every part of me links to a distant breath. No, I'm not all alone, not built by hate, right? Like that's all like, I really think like ultimately at the end of the day, like RoboKai is kind of like, man, I got dealt kind of a bad hand. And it's just all about processing that self aspect. You know, before I finish the song though, I want to go over to this website, the fandom.com, and just take a look at it. RoboKai is the name used by many robotic copies. By the many robotic copies of Kaikisk, thus referring to several characters in the Guilty Gear series. The first original model of RoboKai appears in Guilty Gear X+. This imitation series army was created by the Post-War Administration Bureau, who deploys them against anyone they consider a threat or an asset to their goals. As of Guilty Gear Strive, there are 2 RoboKais. One serves as Venom's assistant character, and another as a standalone playable character who completely differentiates from the original Kaikisk. Let's go to personality. The original RoboKai from X Plus was shown to have a grudge against the normal Kai, stating that defeating the original was the reason for its existence. Man, this reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Rather persistent, his slouching stance and crawl seemed to hint at a number of bugs. Later units, such as the one a Core Plus, also believe that proving their superiority to the original is a matter of identity and pride. In Double X, the many RoboKais begin to show slight defects in their personality, turning into self-centered, egotistical robots that see humans as inferior creatures, even as they demonstrate extremely human behavior. They claim to be loyal to the Post-War Administration Bureau while mocking and looking down upon the other characters and proving to them the might, order, and superiority of the PWAB. As of Reload, in its gameplay and its battle quotes, RoboKai gains somewhat of a more comical personality, which is expanded upon and canonized in a Core Plus. Inui is etched onto his belt, which suggests he may be acting out of boredom. So more pronounced personality weirdness. Large number of RoboKais are perverted, womanizing, sleazy, and abrasive for all intents and purposes. They've become rather defective models. He is both an archaic model and a fake, meaning he is not registered and on the brink of being outdated by his superiors, trying to scrap him as soon as possible. The last remaining RoboKai unit, Exerd, differs greatly from prior iterations. While loudmouthed and petty, as before, along with being somewhat in the slums, he has nonetheless gained much insight and newfound ideals that make him radically different from his peers, despite some comical traits still being prevalent. He's able to see through Bedman's wicked farce, while stating that despite so many complicated ideologies people don't need, they can still connect, while also expressing a sense of gratefulness to society, and is shown to encourage Venom to care more about himself. He's somewhat of a romanticist, firmly believing in the importance of dreams and having one of his own, due to being influenced by one person's dream to build a tangerine farm at one point in his lifetime. By the time of Strive, his sense of self-presentation and his ego have not dulled one bit, as well as still being perverse to desire a woman, where ironically his original had already been married. He even makes use of a love translator to simply overcoat female fighters' words towards him with implications of romance and marriage. The robot still also has personal gripes towards the original Kai, as per his sense of self, albeit the said original no longer is willing to humor such a rivalry, while also having newfound respect for the robot. When it comes to the robot, maintained importance of acceptance differs, however. RoboKai puts aside his ego in order to convey the dying wish of Bedman to his sister. And so it's interesting because overall, like, there is that sort of like acceptance, and this song feels like it's more correlated to this last remaining RoboKai unit. There's a sense of responsibility, or at the very least, like embracing of the self, right? And that's the theme that I think is present pretty strongly here.
Discern to the left.
And I think what the fuck?
No, the other way. Okay, I don't hate it.
That is crazy. That's fun, man. excellent bass work back there too. Don't you feel like in a lot of ways like this song really like lives and plays by its own rules, and so there's no structure, or there's no like there's no, I mean, it's kind of all over the place. The structure, yes, but what I mean to say is that like it's all a mixture of instruments and thought, and I feel like it's just like this history of Robo-Kai. You just kind of coming forward, and it's just like it doesn't know what it wants to be, because this whole thing is, I don't know, it's fascinating, isn't it? It's a fascinating character study musically because there's so much variation. It's not perfectly clear what the actual goals of all this are, because a lot of it is just like going for it and free falling and being like, oops, I shouldn't have done it that way. Let me try this way. You know, and in fact, I think that that's represented in the music when that little breakdown, you know, the break where he says this time to the left, whole new concept of music. No, the other way, a whole new concept of music. Okay, I don't hate it. This dude is just trying to figure it out. You know, he's just going from place to place to place. Like, who am I? What is my purpose? I'm a bit of a lech, but also, you know, life is beautiful, and I'm glad I'm alive. But also, like, you know, I want to be with somebody. It's very interesting. Like, listen to this. I mean, like, that's. And then it like snaps out of it. It's like, ugh, never mind. You know? Bargain hand, Wonka, just man. Yeah, I'm going to pause one more time and just say that I actually think that this chorus is actually talking about, you know, every part of me links to a distant breath. Who's the distant breath? The original Kai Keys, probably. No, I'm not all alone. Not built by hate. You're not alone because there's literally a bunch of other copies. I don't know how many at this point. Not built by hate. Stitch my heart, someone's prayer. So basically, like, I think that stitch my heart, someone's prayer is if to say, like, I hope someone's thinking of me and is praying to be with me, and they're healing my, you know, my shell of what I would hope to be as a human. You know what I mean? Talking about the damn scientist. Tangerine Fields referenced. Whoa, interesting dissonance. Never lost, this is who I am. You know, it's crazy. Guilty Gear music, Strive especially, you know, as I've started to listen to more of the older Guilty Gear stuff, I can see why people wouldn't necessarily like Guilty Gear Strive's music, especially when the other Guilty Gear or Guilty Gear Xrd, Xrd, is that how you pronounce it? You pronounce it some other way. I think like those are a little bit more grounded. These themes tend to be all fairly experimental, and I think that that's positive because it's frankly pretty interesting. I can see why people don't like it though. I think that's so much fun, and I think like it's great. And Guilty Gear is such a great game, and I'm really, really happy that I've been diving into it and playing more of it. And if you want to challenge me at Guilty Gear Strive, let me know in the comments below. Maybe it's time for another Guilty Gear Strive theme, another Guilty Gear Strive stream, so that I can kick all of your asses. Thanks a ton, everybody. See you later. Feel free to like and feel free to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Cool. That was fun. Really enjoyed that. Piece is crazy. And I'm trying to think about this Iron Mouse video. Because I'm wondering if there's copyright. Oh, but I really want to listen to it. You're a Leo main? Nice. That was one take? Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't one take. That's normal. Those are easy to do. Milky Prism. Who's Milky Prism? Spotify. Milky Prism. Hope your job interview went well. Japanese singer. Cool. Densha Attack. T. Lopez. Iron Mouse. I played Jade Shadow's Constellations. It's fun. It wasn't my favorite of the stuff that they've done, to be honest. I didn't dislike it, but I'm kind of over Proto Frames personally. I felt it was very fast, and it didn't hit quite as hard as Jade Shadow's the original did. But I did like it. I did like it overall, and it was nice to see some fan favorites and stuff and characters I really like, mainly Umbra. So I think I'm excited for Tau. I think it's going to be positive. I think it's going to be good. But I think they need to slow that stuff down, frankly, and really, if they're going to deliver, then they need to just deliver. Just go slow. There's no reason to speed through something. Yes, quarterly patch is fine. But it would be nice to have a little bit more of like a chill, especially when you compare it to The Sacrifice or, Chains of Harrow or some of the other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I just think we need to sort of pause. That said, I'm really excited for TennoCon this weekend. Let me stop recording. Sorry. I'll be streaming tomorrow night, the concert, and then Saturday I'll be streaming the dev stream at 4:30. So I'm really looking forward to today. Oh yeah, no, I'm very comfortable with like one-off reactions and stuff. I mean, that stuff is pretty straightforward for me. In general, it's like, it's just because it's all just coming from like how I feel. You know what I mean? The revenue comes from a bunch of stuff. I mean, I think the revenue comes from Forma, definitely skins and cosmetics. Of course, the Prime series. Either Resurgence or the new ones. Plat, of course. But I don't know how else they make. Forma is a thing that helps with modding and if I recall, expanding your frame and making them more powerful. So, and I've just realized that I do have a sponsored thing that I need to do, and I need to do it not on stream. So, so I'm going to probably have to pop off. Yeah, I appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks for hanging out. I'll get this video out probably early next week for those of you that are interested in seeing it again, I guess, or a more edited version of it. Thanks for hanging out today. Tomorrow I'll be back at 10 a.m. for Wuthering Waves 3.5. I'm really excited. The first half hour will just be chilling and talking. 10:30 I'll start the stream by watching the Asidios, the sort of the reveal trailer for this area that we're going back to, I guess. And then in the evening around 7:30 I'll set up my stream for 7:30 p.m. I'll set up my stream for Warframe the concert for the first day of TennoCon. So feel free to come hang out to any of those things you like. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy Palworld 1.0 if you're playing that. I think I might, as long as I don't have to build anything. So hopefully I can find ways to not do that. And yeah, take care of yourselves and be very well. And thank you to all you raiders who stuck around over on the channel, on Twitch. All right, see you guys. Bye. Thank you. Yes, yes. And don't forget, if you want to enter in for Black Flag, definitely go ahead for the PS5 copy. Definitely go ahead and thumbs up that post I made in the giveaways over on Discord. Thank you.